Greetings, everyone. Please consider this as an assignment, and I'm going to provide the link in the description and also pin it as a first comment. And it's going to be something that will confirm what you already know, but really give you that physical evidence, that will cause you to prioritize where you put your energy. The aim of it is not to make you sad, but if you feel righteous anger at the end, then that is okay. What you choose to do with what you see in this video is completely up to you. But I'm going to use this video to sort of bring back or, pull my supporters in to say, we are now living at a time when we can't afford to allow certain distractions because, propaganda machine is never going to be silenced until the Great Spirit silenced them. Okay? So what you need to do is to focus on what is most important. Focus on what is most important. Okay, because we get sidetracked too easily, and Babylon know how to get you to come off your path or your path, to veer off into the bushes when there's other stuff you should be paying attention to. Now, again, I'm going to call, and I feel bad to even call Will Smith's name, but I have to, because currently Will Smith is a scapegoat. Now Will Smith and the other guy with their planned thing, they're trying to make it into something else. And I can't help but wonder is if when you are part of that club, you have to know that there's going to come a day, a tearing away every African man, regardless of how successful he has been. Once he's a part of a particular club, he cannot walk away with his dignity. He cannot walk away, with his wealth. And I'm not here worrying about their wealth. I'm just trying to say to you, my subscribers, that we cannot afford to get distracted. So in this video you're going to watch, I want you to look at it carefully. And we know around the world, the ones who actually contribute to making wealth, the ones who are the wealth makers, are often the ones who are the most poor. The ones who offer or build foundation are the ones who often are the ones that are used to walk upon that foundation. They build it and then they become like the bridge. We all know that. So when I see so much, and I'm not going to say color here, but certain kinds of people so much in love and so hurt for Chris, it makes me want to gag. So much, oh my goodness, how could you do this to poor Chris? And if you're one of those persons who got your undies in a bundle over the old facade, then I'm sorry if I offend you by saying that, because there's other things you could be doing with your time. Because at the end of the day, both of these guys are wealthy, and these guys want to be a part of their club. And if his behavior was something that was real, that he actually did that and it wasn't scripted, then I have no choice but to believe that whatever agreement he's had with those in the club it's time. It's just time to pay the piper. And we're not going to worry about that. What I'm saying is, and I said it before, is that I'm not joining anybody to tear down my own people. When I say tear down, as we say in Jamaica, I'm not interested to come here and figure out anybody's life, rich or otherwise. I make my statements about what I see with the eye, and then I move on. I'm not going to my bed with it. And I suggest that you don't. So in the video that you're going to watch, I'm not asking you to carry it. I just want you to come back to the awareness that these ones who are showing so much love and so much concern for Chris are the same ones who are the biggest perpetrator of the most terrible acts. Even people out here saying all these horrible things about one African man and pretend to love the other is just so fraudulent. Okay? It's not genuine. Because if it was genuine, the history in America, you would have more people coming out and standing against whatever. When African people were coming out in America and saying Black Lives Matter, people were coming up with an opposing statement that another group's life matter, just to minimize that. And in the last 3 years or so, you know, people were going on with all kinds of brute force things to mentally, make people feel ashamed if they chose or make decision that was best for themselves. They were called names. They were isolated and alienated and left to feel like they're silly. And in all of this time, the love that these people want to show that they have for other persons, they're only thinking about their own interest, their self-interest. So I personally, because I avail myself to the truth, I do my research. I'm always interested in learning. And I don't want just one group of person to come and tell me their story or interpret it. Because as is the case, there are history books that will justify slavery and said that while this was happening, it was a good thing for the economy of the places where these individuals live. You will always find people who are prepared to justify the horrible thing that they do to you. They explain. Even abusive men, they will say, you made me do this. Look at what you made me do. They'll justify it. Narcissistic personalities will always find a way to make you feel like you did something wrong. And while they're singing your praise, when you look through the stained glass window and see their acts, you will be disgusted. So what I'm essentially saying here is that, don't pay attention to all this. Like, there's a saying, the enemy of my enemy is my best friend. Many persons did not like Will. They're so glad to see him coming down. There are many of them who were jealous of him to begin with. So if this thing happened to be real, they're very happy that he did it. And so they're make it look like they like Chris only because it's the time for them to spend all this energy and this time just destroying another Black man. I'm not here for it. I'm here to expose to you some of the things that are really happening in the world with the very ones who come out here talking, all this nonsense and pretending like they care. When did they ever care? When? Watch the video and look at what happens, and some of it you already know, and now you can make some conscious decision about who you spend your money with, or the things that you gather, the material possessions that you gather, that you feel like if you don't have it you cannot live. Because if you knew what happened with the individuals who work in these areas, you wouldn't waste your money on these things. Stay blessed, everyone.